to my channel. So today I figured I'd do a friends to lovers trope rec. So we'll just start. I love friends to lovers. I like friends to lovers more than enemies to lovers, which is, I feel like, a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I once heard someone, don't know who, someone say, if it's you, thanks, say that enemies to lovers is better sometimes, but when friends to lovers is done right, it is far more superior than enemies to lovers, and I agree. I really like best friends to lovers because they're very close, but I'll take any type of friends to lovers. So now let's start. So first is the match. I have talked about this before. It is friends to lover. It's like, I don't know, friends to lovers can be so general. But yeah, they meet because he's a single dad and his daughter has epilepsy and needs a service dog, and she not only has epilepsy and has a service dog, but she has like an agency where like she not gives them, like helps others adopt service dogs and train service dogs. So good. If you saw my first video, you know that I love Sarah Adams. I love this book. Actually thinking about rereading all of Sarah Adams' books, where this, The Off Limits Rule, The Temporary Roomie, The Cheat Sheet, and The Enemy. So yeah, love her. Next up is People We Meet on Vacation. Such a talked about book, but it deserves every single ounce of the hype it gets, in my opinion. I love it. They were friends. I believe it's Poppy and Alex. Yeah, you know I'm not good with names if you're an old follower. They were so close for a while, and then they stopped seeing each other, and now they go on like one last vacation. Because every summer they went on vacation, and they're like, I don't know, there's something about the intimacy of friends to lovers. Like, they know each other so well that I just adore. Honestly, I adore it. And by the way, these are only some of my friends to lovers books, so if you want like more, a second part, I'll definitely give, because I definitely have enough. Even if I don't have like a physical version of it, I've definitely read it. So let me know. Next up is The Cheat Sheet. I should have done this before the match. I have no word. They are best friends to lovers, and I'm obsessed with it. I love how well they know each other. They can just like look at each other and they know, and that's also sometimes with brother's best friend. Because if the guy grew up around like the girl's brother, then they grew up with her too, and it's like very nice. So yeah, I feel like I've spoken enough about The Cheat Sheet. That just read it, honestly. You'll love it. It's very like cutesy, cheesy, but I love cheese. It's very cheesy, but it's like it's good cheesy. Next up is Since You've Been Gone. This is a thick book, and I started it and I like put it down. I was like a few chapters in, and I went back to it like a month later, and I read it in one day, in one sitting. Just sat down and finished the book. It was like 300 more pages. Read this book. Her best friend like disappears. I mean, it's not like something bad. Like, I would be worried if I was her that my best friend disappeared, and she is a little bit, but it's not like just like her family like isn't there and stuff. And she has like these notes from her best friend. It's really weird. I'd be pissed off at my best friend. I forget a little bit, but I think she is. But then, so she randomly comes up with like this bucket list almost, and along the way she keeps bumping into this guy she went to school with, and they become friends, and he helps her. So that's very fun, especially when they have to go like skinny dipping and stuff like that. So much fun. It's really cute though. The guy is such a good guy. Yeah, I mean, it's by, oh my god, where is the author? Morgan Matson, she is very similar to Sarah Dessen. And their books are similar, not too much. Love it though. I actually did love it. Shout out to Sarah Dessen for Along for the Ride. The book. I love the movie though. I watch it at least once a year. It's my comfort movie. Similar, like, they've similar stories, but nothing too. Like, I wouldn't say they're, like, the same, or, like, no. Like, I can tell there's, like, differences, but it's the same type. I don't need any authors being mad at me. Or any fans. Love and Gelato. I love the Love and series. It's Love and Gelato, Love and Olives, and Love and Locke. I actually have Love and Locke, which I did not know. Forgot getting it, but I really want to read it, so I gotta reread all these. I read this one, oh my god, like 5 years ago? No, 6 years ago. It's been a long time. It's a really good book. I am not going to comment on the movie. Read the book though. Read the book first. It's so adorable. It's thick. It's thick. But it's, I mean, like, how thick is it? Like, I feel like we look at books and we're like, oh yeah, it's so thick. And that's like not even, yeah, it's not even 400 pages. I don't know how it looks this big when it's not even 400 pages, but maybe for me, the sentence not even 400 pages is normal. And for others, it's not, so do your thing. It's 389 pages. Just, if you don't want to read it because of the size, that's the length. Anyway, it is so good. She goes to Italy to meet her dad, or to find her dad. I think she has his name. And it's really cute because they reconnect. And then she, like, has the help of this one guy. I don't know his name. Oh my god. Ren. He's very charming. She has his help. And so it's really cute because he's, like, always looking out for her, but he's, like, still very charming. And he's Italian. He's native born Italian. Oh my god. So attractive. Anyway, such a good book. It's really cute how they just, like, I don't know, trust each other and stuff so naturally. I love it. Okay, read this book. I love it. I'm gonna say that after every single book, honestly, because that's how I feel about all of these books, because they're friends to lovers. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. Another one that is talked about a lot, but another one that I believe deserves its hype. I read the first one. It happened one summer. And then this one. Honestly, they're both really good. I really like this more. Not like a lot more, but more because honestly, I love Friends to Lovers. But I do have to say, I liked reading the first one. This one was recommended to me like a year, maybe, before I actually read it. Because I really wanted to read the first one. But I liked, you don't have to read the first one before this. But I liked having, like, seeing, because I knew they were going to be a couple, Fox and Hannah. Right? Yeah. Fox and Hannah. And I liked seeing, like, their relationship and just their interactions in the first book, knowing that they were going to be in the second book. And I was able to, I didn't know what it would be, but I was able to see that it would be a Friends to Lovers. And they're, like, funny together. There's, I mean, a bit of an age gap, but I don't think that much. They don't mention it. And it's not like, I don't know. Like, it's not too clear. But I really love it. Go read Hook, Line. It happened one summer, but this is the Friends to Lovers. That's what this video is about. Hook, Line, and Sinker. They're really adorable. This is, like, such a good Friends to Lovers book. Love Tessa Bailey. Lucky in Love. Again, if you saw my first video, this is Casey West. Love her. So this is one of those. I talked about it a little bit in my first video, so I don't want to do too much. But I love her, and I love it. They work together, but it's like working at Disney in the summer. It's not like a serious workplace romance. But they become friends just working together. Hey, I get that. I've become close friends with people I work with, and it's a lot of fun to read. So yeah, I mean, honestly, like, watch my first video if you want to hear more about it, because it goes a little more in depth. But this is Friends to Lovers. They're really cute. They have like such a cute, innocent, but like true relationship, and I love it. Obviously, I did Love and Gelato. Next up is Love and Olives. I'm holding this book. I read this book quickly, and it is thick. Oh my gosh, Jenna Evans Welsh, what are you writing? I mean, I love it. It's a great book, but it's so thick. This one is big. This one is 500 pages even. But it's so good. I actually like this one more than Love and Gelato, but I read this like 3 years later. So it could just be like, I don't know, I was in like a different place, or maybe I was reading more. I mean, I know I was reading more. It is really good. So this one is Greece. The other one was Italy. Obviously, Love and Luck is Ireland, I hope. I don't want to say. As soon as I said obviously, I was like, oh, if I get this wrong, this is bad. This is in Greece. I really want to go to Greece. So this was really fun for me to read. Don't know why I want to go to Greece, but I do. Love it. It looks beautiful. I'm like a history person, so I love the history and Greek myths there. Anyway, this is so good. She meets up with her dad, who like left them, but she like kept in touch with him a little bit. And so she goes to Greece, and her and he has this like apprentice, I guess. What's his name? Theo. Love the name Theo. And love all these names. And they were like looking for like a treasure, and Theo and like her Liv are like the apprentices of the father, and they have like a little crew, and they're searching, but they're very close. They work together, and they just complement each other so well, and I really like it. And I know I'm saying that about every single book, but again, saying this, I mean, I should have a counter how many times I say this. I love Friends to Lovers. I love these books. Would not recommend them if I didn't. I'm also very picky about how I choose what books I read. And so most of the time I don't DNF, or I don't write them poorly, just because I pick wisely and it turns out well. And when I buy a physical book, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm gonna like it most of the time. Next up is this another? No, this is Jennifer E. Smith, and it's another Friends to Lovers. It's kind of like Lucky in Love, just because there's like lottery tickets in both of them. And Alice bought a lottery ticket for her bestie Teddy, and he gets all this money, and she wrote a card saying she loved him, but then he didn't find, there's a lot to it. He like got a lot of money, and they're best friends, and you know, ups and downs of suddenly getting so much money when you need that much money. But I don't know, this is really cute. I know I'm saying about everything, but Friends Lovers. And finally, this is one of my favorites, actually. Again, have to read it, but Our Way Back to Always by Nina Moreno. This was so good. I love that it's a hardcover. I love holding a hard, like this part, not the jacket, like a hardcover book. I'm just enunciating. I don't know. It is such a good book. They were friends, and he moved away, I believe. It's Sam, and I know the name. I don't know. He moved away, and then he comes back, and they just like, suddenly become close again. But they like spend so much time together, and they do all these activities with their like best friends who are very funny together. And I love it. Like, it's so adorable. I love like the summery vibes. I read this in the dead of winter, like literally like on Christmas, like the day after Christmas. So yeah, you know, but it's so cute. Such a gorgeous cover. I love that it's like cartoons, but like not too cartoony. And I love pink and blue together. It's so beautiful, this book. I mean, the covers too, but the book. And go read it. That's all I'm gonna say, is go read this book, because it's worth it. It's a cute read. I should start looking at the pages, like the length of all this. Lou, that's her name, and Sam. And they have like a to-do list, and so yeah. So 347. Take that as you may. You may think that's a lot. You may think that's not a lot. Honestly, for me, I don't really know. I'm like, okay, if it looks bigger, like it does, I'm like, okay, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, but it's worth it. Go read this. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so those are all my books for today. Again, I have more. These were just, I don't even know how I picked these books. I have no idea. I just picked out. Most of my bookshelf is Friends to Lovers. Anyway, so if you want part 2, let me know. I'm planning on doing like maybe an Enemies to Lovers soon, and I'll see you guys soon.